What is up, Flyover family? And today we have a bunch of stuff to talk about. Mainly just the Washington Commanders preview. First and foremost, if we win Sunday, we'd win our second NFC East title in 3 years, 2022. Obviously, the year we went to the Super Bowl, and then obviously last year, not too hot or however, and obviously this year that'll be our second in the past 3 years. So that's good to see. The NFC standings. We're at the top at the NFC East at 12-2. We're 3 games ahead of Washington, which is at 12-5. Dallas is at 6-8. New York Giants are at 2-12. With the Lions lost the other day, our records are both tied at 12-2. So I just think I'm pretty sure Detroit just needs one or two more losses for us to clinch that first seed and things of that nature. So, but obviously they have some injuries and things of that nature. So I think it's increasingly possible. In terms of the wild card match, I know Green Bay's in the battle, Washington's in the battle, things of that nature. I know Minnesota, that they're also at 12-2 and things of that nature. But I'm pretty sure they're still in the battle of the wild card. The NFC division leaders in general. Detroit at the top at 12-2, Philadelphia at second place with 12-2, Tampa with 8-6, LA Chargers at 8-6, and then down at the bottom, Seattle still trying to make a spot, Atlanta still trying to make a spot, Arizona still trying to make a spot, and San Francisco's trying to make a spot. This could be our 11th straight win. I think Pittsburgh was a much harder matchup for our Birds than Washington would be. Obviously, T.J. Watt and Cam Hayward, more than solid players. They had pretty solid games, I'd say. Quick little scouting report. The Commanders started 7-2 in their first 9 games, and since then have been 2-3 in their last 5. So, pretty safe to say they peaked a little too early. People are kind of figuring them out. This is where talent is, in fact, needed. Good coaching only takes you so far. Eventually, you need elite talent, to get things done. So, last matchup, November 14th, sorry. The Eagles had 3 first half points, 6 points in the first 3 quarters, 20 points in the fourth quarter, 2 Barkley touchdowns in 10 seconds, and things of that nature. So, ultimately, I think since we played them before, and then the second half, we were able to beat them down and things of that nature, I think it was because we were able to figure out what to do schematically in terms of pass routes, runs, and things of that nature. So I think, the first half will get off to a bit of a quicker start than what happened on November 14th. Case in point being, obviously, they're on a 2-3 streak, or however the case, not doing too well, as well as the fact that we've already seen them before. And Vic Fangio even has a better idea of what to do, and Kellen Moore even has a better idea of what to do offensively as well. So, obviously, I could be wrong, but that's just my thoughts on it. He's to win, can't take it as a trap game, things of that nature. Need to see consistency in the pass game. Defense, just stay good and just stay balanced, things of that nature, like offensively and defensively, not too much blitz. Obviously, Vic Fangio's not the biggest blitz guy, but I'm just saying, and that pass rush has to be disciplined. We did good last time, or however the case, but don't be complacent and things of that nature. And the offense has to start fast. Some key matchups and things of that nature: AJ Brown versus Lattimore. I'm pretty sure last time he wasn't able to play, or however the case, because of a hamstring injury or something. But it should be an interesting matchup. AJ Brown, he recently had a knee injury on the injury report, and then he said he's playing and all that, and then it wasn't on the injury report for one day, and then now it's back on there. However the case, we'll talk about that in a second. But overall, use Dotson, Barkley, and Gainwell and things of that nature. Try to keep AJ and Smitty fresh as possible. Obviously, I do know the point of the year it's in. You know what I'm saying? So, over the next 3 games, the last 3 of the regular season, play them by all means. Don't take them out to the game completely, but use them smart. Don't overuse them. To take advantage of matchups. Run quick plays, quick little slants, or however the case, have them run out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? Just try to avoid contact. Try to be a little extra cautious. There's 2 of the best receivers in the league. We play 2 poverty franchises, and obviously Washington, they have a glimpse of hope, or however the case. So but yeah, just run out of bounds after the fact, avoid contact, or however the case. Not, also help the O-line not get more banged up by running those quicker plays and things of that nature. Jalen Hurts, he was fined $5,600 for wearing different cleats by the NFL. paid for by Jordan Brand. They said you can't ban greatness. Heck yeah, very cool to see Jordan Brand paying for it. Things of that nature. But what I find funny is how they can use Jalen Hurts for clicks and say Jalen Two Shoes is back. That they knew he was wearing them. They didn't give him no warning like, hey, if you do this, you're going to get fined or nothing. But they were going to use them for clicks. And then once he got the clicks or whatever, after the fact, they're going to fine him. It's bullcrap. It's bullcrap. That's all I can say. Overview or conclusion. Again, we can't take it as a trap game. I think Washington's going to try to fight to fix their 2-3 slide, make it 3-3 or however the case. I think they're going to try to make it tough, but it's definitely a big game for Marshawn Lattimore. He might want to make a statement, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm a big guy and all that. The defense here's changed. I can't read his mind. I'm not a Washington fan, but, they traded for him and things of that nature, so, he might want to make a statement. But essentially, the biggest point, got to win and got to get out as healthy as possible. Those are my main two concerns. I don't care if it's by a point, 5 points, a half a point, metaphorically speaking, I don't care. If we win and we get out healthy, great. And again, kind of load manage the stars as much as possible. Score quick. Avoid high contact play calls or however the case, unless you need a brotherly shove to win, then you know what I'm saying. But yeah, defense has got to play smart. Keep Jalen Carter, Josh Sweat, Zach Bond, etc. healthy. Not to say those are the only pieces, but come on now. Those are the biggest pieces. As AJ explained earlier, like with balance or however the case, in terms of load managing or however, Jay Glazer, I don't really know who the guy is or however, but apparently Dan Sileo says he's like really respectable, and a lot of people do, not just him, but a lot of people say he's really respectable. He said during the bye week, Jalen was talked to by a number of teammates, specifically BG or however, basically to be a better teammate and to connect with teammates and all that stuff. That was during the bye week, and if it worked, it's obviously worked or however. If not, I don't really care. Things of that nature. So, final little injury report for the Washington game. The only two people that are out are Bryce Huff and Britton Covey. Britton Covey with the neck, obviously. Bryce Huff with the wrist. He was limited today. Yesterday he was out or however, but he still was listed as limited to out today. Questionable, Sidney Brown with the concussion. Yesterday, A.J. Brown had no injury designation, but today, he was back on there, however the case. And then Landon Dickerson, he was off the injury list, so that's good to see. And then Smitty, he was on there with a back injury, so hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully it's just soreness and things of that nature, nothing serious. So, I guess Prescott's cousin, he's super jealous over his wife, like, glazing Jalen Hurts and whatnot, or however, saying he's so handsome and all that. I know me as an older woman, if he could compliment me or whatever. And then Dominique Foxworth, he said that he's using pretty privilege or something, or however the case. It's funny and whatnot, or however, but don't listen to him. He's gonna have dumb takes or however about Jalen Hurts, like pretty privilege and all that. The guy's an idiot. He's just mad that his cousin plays for a poverty franchise and he's not worth $60 million. Just saying. Chance at making history, AJ can tie Marvin Harrison for fourth most games in the first 6 seasons with 100 yards. Fourth for most games in first 6 seasons with 100 yards and a touchdown. So basically in his first 6 years, he could tie Marvin Harrison for fourth most games with 100 yards and a touchdown in his first 6 years. Pretty cool to see. And obviously Saquon's rush record, that's a pretty cool chance at history. Overall, like I said, we can't take it like a trap game. As long as we win, we get out healthy, I'll consider that a pretty strong win in my book. Oh, but yeah, overall, other than them, the Giants and Cowboys, those are two poverty franchises. I'm sorry to tell you, poverty franchise. Just because you pay quarterback $60 million to choke doesn't mean you're a great franchise or whatever the case. Just because you pay $40 million and you trade them, you're still a poverty franchise. Just saying, just because you have a glimpse of hope doesn't mean you're not a poverty franchise still. You're still a poverty franchise. Washington, like I said, they have a glimpse of hope. We shall see, or however the case. But, Dallas, they've been a poverty franchise for years, just selling false hope. That's why it didn't look like they were, but they're still a poverty franchise at the end of the day. It's the same thing for New York. Since Eli Manning retired, they've been a poverty franchise. Yeah, they've had glimpses of hope, and this guy's had a good season, but when did y'all have, the whole team have a good season? It's a team sport, not an individual. If it was 1 versus 11, then heck yeah, by all means. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Sorry it's a little bit shorter. Things of that nature, I always try to pack it as full as I can with information and whatnot, so it's not just me rambling about the same 2 or 3 things or whatever. But yeah, we talked about the health of the players, things of that nature. We talked about the offense, the defense, what we hope to see, and things of that nature. So that being said, I've been your gracious host, Armand from Philly Flyover. Please comment down below anything I can do to make this show more appetizing and more entertaining in future shows. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Go Birds. God bless. Peace out.